Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Queen Questions. If you haven't watched episode 1, I recommend doing that first. It's kind of an introduction to the series, and you get to hear from county fair queens across the state of Illinois. That's linked in the description if you want to watch. But today we are tackling our first pageant question, which is, why do women compete in pageants? And this is a big question to tackle, so I knew I needed some help from you all and a couple of my fellow queens. A few weeks ago, I put out a survey asking some questions to help me with this series, so I'm going to be using some of those answers today. I received an overwhelming amount of support. I didn't expect the 55 responses I received, and they were from women ages 14 to 48, which I thought was amazing. I'm also going to be interviewing the 2023 Miss Greene County Fair Queen, Layna Mullink, and the 2023 Miss Sangamon County Fair Queen, Brook Steubs. All three of us are actually part of the Chi Omega sorority here at the University of Illinois. And then finally, I want to share some of my own experience to finish off the video. Alright, I have my laptop here, and I'm going to be reading some of the responses from my survey. This first section just asks about their experience in pageants in general, so that's what we're going to be hearing about. The first response says, amazing. I love my sister queens, and you of course. I'm sure I love you too. The next says, exciting. It was a great experience meeting friends that I still have today, nearly 20 years later. The next one says, I love the pageants I competed in. Pageants are so fun. For me, pageants made me more confident, and they have taught me how to speak to people. I've won 4 pageants and got first runner-up in 3. Congratulations! And the last response I wanted to read was, loved it, made me feel so confident, and made so many incredible friends. I found my true passion by competing. That's amazing! Okay, so this next section is specifically about the Illinois County Fair Queen pageant system. The first response says, so many amazing experiences here, new friends, new professional relationships, and new confidence you didn't have before. And then the second response here says, I met so many new friends. I also enjoyed preparing for the pageant. Me too. A lot of the responses I got in the survey had to do with making new relationships and meeting new friends, and this is something I've gotten to experience. Since joining the Chi Omega sorority here at U of I, I've gotten to meet Brook and Layna, and they embody so much of what it means to be a county fair queen, so I immediately knew we were going to be friends, and I wanted you all to meet them. They were amazing, and allowed me to interview them, took the time to do that, which I appreciated so much. So without further ado, here is that interview. Hello everyone! First of all, would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Brook Steubs. I'm a sophomore at the University of Illinois, majoring in interdisciplinary health sciences. I am from Loamia, Illinois, and I am Miss Sangamon County 2023.
Hi everyone, I'm Layna Mullink. I'm the 2023 Miss Greene County Fair Queen here at the University of Illinois. I am currently studying speech and hearing science, trying to be a speech pathologist, and I minor in child health and well-being.
Alright, so for the first question, what made you decide to participate in your pageant?
Well, I've been around pageants my whole life. Whenever I was 5 years old, it was just a thing that all of us little girls did, and I actually won Little Miss Greene County in 2009, so that sparked up my interest of being in pageants. And then we have a junior miss also in Greene County, and I ran for that in like 2013, and I did get first runner up, but ever since then I was determined to run for Miss Greene County, and I'm glad that I did.
Thank you. All right, Brooke, question number 3. What lessons or skills have you gotten from the interview portion?
For my pageant in particular, we were given the opportunity to do mock interviews, and I would say from those I gained a lot of confidence. I also gained communication skills, whether that be changing friends to peers or kids to children. And from this interview, like skills that we did, I have learned more about when applying for jobs, how you should speak or how to direct the conversation so that way you know what they're going to ask you next. And I think the big one is definitely that I gained a lot of confidence with speaking to other people.
Absolutely. All right, this is a question for both of you. What skills or lessons have you gained from the modeling and dance portion of our pageants?
Well, for my pageant, we did not have a dance portion, so we focused more on the modeling aspects. And through the modeling aspects, we really focused on like posture and having your shoulders back. And with that, your stomach needs to be in and your chin up, but it's like a string is pulling you. I think that this helps in every single day lessons. I think it's very appealing whenever someone walks with their shoulders back, and I think it displays a lot of confidence and poise.
So for my pageant, we did have a dance portion, and something that I think we like about the dance portion is when you think of a queen, you think that they have to have a certain personality. So the dance is a great way to show your personality because you can show that you can have fun even if you're not the greatest dancer, because I in particular wasn't the greatest dancer, but I let myself have fun. I showed my facials, and from what I've heard from the audience, they've all told me that I just shined on stage because they could tell that I was having fun and was just letting myself loose.
Love it. All right, what lessons have you taken away from the speech portion of the pageant?
I believe that the speech portion provides a lot of stressors for a lot of girls, and I do think it's a reason why some people don't want to be in the pageants. But really, the speech portion, you are showing your creativity and your personality and your values to everyone in your community because it's a 1 minute speech about anything that you want, so you can take it any way that you want. And honestly, for me, when I was giving my speech on stage, I thought that I was going to be a lot nervous than I was. But really, when you look out in the crowd, you are seeing the people from your community and the people that are supporting you here on stage tonight, and they want you to succeed. And it's really, you've practiced your speech so many times to these people that you're really just reciting it again for the whole entire crowd to hear.
All right, Brooke, what are you involved in on campus, and is it hard to balance that and your title?
So I am involved in quite a lot of things on campus. I am in the Chi Omega sorority. I'm also part of the Student Nurses Association, and I also volunteer for Four Paws. I am a Girl Scout of America, and I also have a job off campus. And personally for me, I feel like my entire life I've been really good with time management. And although there have been some times where I feel a little stressed out, I always just get on the phone with my mom and she makes me feel a lot better. But I feel like it's really, I have a calendar for all my events, and that really helps me balance out everything. And something that I really want people to know is, even though like I am a queen and I do have a title, I'm Brooke before that title. So if you just need a minute where you just know that you can't do a specific activity, all you just have to do is take a step back and focus on yourself.
Couldn't have said it better. How has your pageant experience helped you in college?
Well, here at the University of Illinois, I was the recruitment chair for Chi Omega, and through this experience, you have to learn leadership skills and you have to learn public speaking because you're talking in front of 900 potential new members. And when I decided that I was going to be the recruitment chair, I wanted to do something prior that helped my public speaking, and the pageant was the best opportunity for this because you're speaking in front of tons of people in your grandstand during the pageant. And through that whole process and through my summer pageant journey, I have talked to a lot of people, and I have learned how to present myself, and I've learned how to use my voice in certain situations, and I felt like that was very helpful for my executive position.
As a PNM, I could say she did a wonderful job. What's something that really surprised you about pageants?
Something that always frustrates me is when people refer to pageants as beauty pageants, because from the past summer and learning what I've learned, it requires a lot of intelligence, and we do a lot of work. All of us, I'm sure, could say we volunteer with a lot of other programs, and it's not just about looks. It's not about how beautiful you are, because you do have to be intelligent. You have to be a hardworking person because you are being presented with promoting something, and if you're not, then you won't be chosen as queen. So I just think that it's we need to stop promoting that it's a beauty pageant, because it's definitely more about your intelligence.
Very well said. Have you made any meaningful connections through this pageant?
Before I was presented with this pageant world, I didn't know very many people outside of Sangamon County, and now I know these two, as well as I've gotten really close with my first runner-up, Claire Oliver, who is now the Miss Illinois Festival teen. I have also gotten to know other queens from other counties and their directors, as well as my crew, and I've made some really good bonds, and some of these people I would really call family.
I love that. What has been your favorite memory so far during your reign as Miss Greene County Fair Queen?
Well, I've had a bunch of great memories as Miss Greene County Fair Queen, but my all-time favorite memory so far was County Fair Day at the State Fair. Every single year of my life, I have attended the State Fair and camped out because my family participates in harness racing, and going to County Fair Day was so awesome because I was already there camping out, and I got ready in my camper and I walked outside with all my family there. They decorated our golf cart and drove us over to Conservation World, and then I got to meet all of my queen friends that I had made along my journey. And we spent the whole day sitting together and talking. And after, they let us go on a scavenger hunt where we went around the fair and saw the butter cow and drank some apple cider. But it was awesome because I'd already known where all that stuff was, and I just was in a competition with myself to see how fast I could get it done because I had already known it. And we took this little queen golf cart around all day and picked up other county fair queens along the way, and I've made other friends from that day. So it was just very memorable for me, and I'm very thankful for that experience.
I have to say, very jealous of the golf cart. All right, we're on to our last question. It's for both of you. What would you say to any young woman thinking about participating in their local county fair pageant?
From my perspective, this was my very first pageant that I ever participated in. Me and my family knew nothing about pageant life. So for any woman out there who wants to join the pageant world and participate in a pageant, I definitely would recommend it because you never know the outcome. And also with that, if this is your first time and you don't succeed at first, definitely try again, because I know lots of girls under the Sangamon County Board that have competed numerous times and didn't win their first time, and then the second or even the third time they did win. And they would also agree with me that you just have to keep pushing, and your determination will show, and eventually you will get the outcome that you want.
To add on to that, I think that within pageants, you really find a self-identity that you have never found before, because it helps you embrace certain aspects like your public speaking and your confidence and how you hold yourself with your posture and how much poise that you have. I feel like through this pageant journey, I've learned how to be more coachable. You learn how to be more confident. You learn how to be more compassionate about the things that you really love. And also to add on to this, you learn more about agriculture, which is everything around us. And that's something that's very, very beneficial to get to know better. Like Brooke was saying earlier, don't let the outcome of the pageant dictate your idea of pageants. No matter the outcome, I think it's important to just smile after, because you've learned something new about yourself that you wouldn't have been able to find if you didn't participate in the pageant.
All right, I'm so sad the interview has come to a close. You both were amazing, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. For the last segment of this video, I wanted to share some of my own personal experience in pageants with you all. I started in the Junior Miss category in 2016 with the Junior Miss White County Christmas, and I got first runner up. And then I tried again in 2017, and I ended up being crowned, which was amazing. I did the Junior Miss Corn Day in 2017, and then in 2017 I also got first runner up in the Junior Miss White County Fair Queen. Last year, 2022, I competed for the Miss White County Fair Queen, and I got first runner up. And then I tried again this year and ended up getting crowned. And from that, I've learned a lot of perseverance, being able to look at yourself and say, what can I do to improve for next time, and what have I taken away from this experience? Because it sounds so cheesy and everyone says it, but it's not all about winning. Going off of that, I've gotten to meet so many friends and mentors through pageantry, one of them being Miss Layna Sullivan, who goes to Ole Miss University now. She crowned me in 2017 as the Junior Miss Corn Day, and she's been a really special person in my life ever since. And Miss Kelsey Kessler, who is the Illinois State Fair Queen and a County Fair Queen for White County. She's always been someone I've looked up to throughout my life, and she helped me prepare for last year's pageant, so she was happy to help me this year too, even though she had a whole wedding going on. So getting to meet those people through pageants and have them as a support system, not only in pageants but in other areas of my life, has been amazing. Even though I didn't win last year's Miss White County pageant, I cannot express to you how helpful it was to prepare for that interview in filling out my scholarship and college applications later that year. So much of that information overlaps, and I'm so thankful I did all the work in the summer, so then when I was busy with other schoolwork, I could pull from what I had already prepared. Being Miss White County this year has given me so many opportunities to be involved, which I've always really been passionate about, in our local businesses, our community, and our events. I've gotten to meet so many new people, like Mr. Darren Bailey and Governor J.B. Pritzker, just in my short few months as Miss White County so far. But you're provided with so many opportunities, and I really do believe that it is what you make of it. The effort you're going to put in is what you're going to get from the experience. As I'm sure all of you have heard before, pageants really do help with your people, speaking, and communication skills. And an experience I've had on campus that has really proved that to be true is how easy the sorority rush process was for me. I prepared a lot for the interview portion, carrying that out, and then speaking to girls, like I've mentioned on County Fair Day, has really prepared me for that, and it made it a breeze, which was absolutely amazing. One of the biggest benefits of being the Miss White County Fair Queen is that I get to join a long line of women who I look up to, and this really motivates me to give my all and do the best I can as this year's queen. I think that's really inspiring, and it really gives a purpose to any girl's reign. So just over the last couple of months, I've been able to gain new skills, meet new people, make new friends, become the best version of myself, all while representing a place I absolutely love, and I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Queen Questions. I hope you were able to get a little bit of insight, and I hope you enjoyed meeting a couple of my fellow queens. I really loved getting to share my experience as well as the experience from other women with you all, and I can't wait to answer more queen questions. If any of you have any questions at all, anything pageant, anything we talked about in this episode, I will leave my Instagram handle and my pageant email in the description below, so please feel free to reach out and shoot me a message. But I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!